So this is a dial bore gauge. It's a really important piece of equipment that you need when you're going to hone cylinders, if you're going to do it with any degree of accuracy. This one has to have, it's what's called a split ball indicator. And so right now it has a split ball head on it that is set up for trumpet and cornet. So I'm going to change this so that we can first start off honing the cylinders of, we're going to start with the fourth valve, which uses a number 25 split ball. We use a number 24 for 1, 2, and 3. So I'm just changing this out, lock it down, and then it's adjusted so as you can see, rock that in there. Now I've got to adjust this and get this so that it's not quite as tight. So we'll adjust the split ball and then we'll back off the indicator so that it's not making so many revolutions around. Okay, we're going to hone the fourth valve casing assembly. So this is a 1000 size mandrel. It's got 3 shoes on it. It's a bit longer than we need, but it'll do the job. We're gonna back it off. So this is a honing mandrel. This is the kind that has replaceable shoes on it. I use bronze shoes on this particular setup. And so this is a mandrel that's ideally suited for the range of this particular valve casing. So we slide it on like so. We can make the necessary adjustments. We turn that dial and we bring our indicator dial up to the top. So as you can see, everything works nice and smooth until I engage the foot pedal, and now it is nice and tight. So our needle drops because it doesn't have any pressure on it. So now we're going to proceed with truing the mandrel with a truing sleeve, and then we'll hone the cylinder just enough to make sure that it's nice and uniform, and then we'll take a measurement off of that, or an indication, figure out what the geometry is inside, meaning the internal diameter, make sure that it's nice and straight and round, and then once that's achieved, then we can take care of the same with the 1, 2, and 3 piston cylinders. We'll have to use a smaller mandrel for those, and then once we have those all uniformly honed and ready to go, we have dimensions that we can now work with, and then we will size the pistons relative to their respective valves. So we're out by a full 1,000 90-degree increments. So bring that out there, and then up there. So we have a lack of uniformity in there. At the bottom here. Out a bit more. We're looking pretty good, actually. Okay, at those points, so we come down here and we'll look at the bottom of it, and that's telling us some pretty good stuff. Yeah, we're not bad at all. So we keep coming in there at that 5/10 mark right there, maybe 4/10. Okay, now that we got this fourth valve honed, we use our indicator, and from what it's telling me, we have approximately 2/10 run out throughout the valve from what we're seeing from the indicator. It keeps moving around on me, but we get into some of these areas and we have some rather funny spots. So we're not totally there yet. We have a few light spots here and there. So we're going up to 0, and then we turn it down here, and we're still got about less than a thou run out, but it keeps kind of dancing around. So you got to look down in here and see what's going on. And I think, yeah, we've probably got a little bit of wear in here. So we're going to take another 1,000 thou. Check. We're not having a whole lot of travel. That's coming down and running around the 1. So you get all that schmutz out of the way there. So we're falling in on the 1 there. Okay, and I'm rotating it around and everything seems to be okay. Let's see what the bottom says. It's a little bit tighter, a couple 10,000ths. And so we have this one spot in here that keeps washing out a little bit. So I think we're going to leave that be. We're not going to chase after that anymore. We have that just a few 10ths of a thousandth that keeps kind of dancing around in there. And we can, we'll be chasing that 0.5 thousandths from here to the end of eternity. So we're not going to worry about that. The cylinder looks pretty good, but we're going to lap it in, and that probably will take the remainder of that run out from the bottom of the casing. It's just a spot right in here, and the more we hone it, the deeper it gets. So we'll give it one more go and see what happens, and if we can't shake it out, we're just going to leave it be. So I'm going to run it from the other side in reverse cut and see what happens. Turn around there, turn it 90 degrees. Okay, so we're falling in at 1 3/5, turn it 90 degrees, 1 3, it varies a little bit, 1 3. Okay, let's see what the top says. 1 3, okay, go down a little bit. Yep, so we got pretty uniform. Give or take a 1/10 of a thousandth of an inch. So I think we're good to go on number 4. Let's change out the split ball and the mandrel and get on to doing 1 through 3. So now we need to get the mandrel that is going to fit this baby. And so that one's just too big. So we got to go down a size. And there we go. That's the one that we'll be using. So we have the adapter sleeve that goes on here. And see, that's our coupling that's in there. And then the other one is down inside here. And so you have, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see it in there. Yeah. But anyway, so slip this in at 90 degrees of the coupling and then put it all the way in, and then we turn in our set screw. And okay, now that we're going over to the smaller casings, 1, 2, 3 casings in the block, we have to change out our split ball to a number 24, I believe. Yeah, this is number 24 for Boosey and Hawks and your typical Besson new standards. They're basically the same, except for, you know, some decorative details. All right, so now we'll take a look and see where this is. That's a bit tight. So I'm going to back it off a little bit. Let's see, back off the tool. It's got too much pressure. There's a pin inside of here, and so we're going to back that off so that we don't have so many rotations on the dial. Sometimes you need more rotations just because of the spring tension. Okay. Let's start off with number 1. We'll turn on the dial. Bring that up. So we're at the top of the dial. There's a little pressure in there. I think we'll up the pressure to 3 and see where that takes us. We have a bit coarser stones on here, which is typical for this particular process. Let's go. Very messy work. All right. So we've got that set up there. Our dial needle is coming up to around 0, give or take a 1/10. You go to the bottom, and it's coming up, give or take a 1/10. All right. I mean, all I have to do is lean on this the wrong way, and I can get it to do all sorts of stuff. So you got to be mindful of it. It's a very sensitive piece of equipment. All right, so we're coming in. We got about 2/10 variables. That's okay. That'll be absorbed just in the space between the piston and the cylinder, which is approximately half a valve. Okay, so we're going to come back in and we're going to get on with number 2 and see if we can get 2 and 3 to match 1. Here we go. Yep.
Yep, goes.
Yep. Okay, we'll do 45 at the...
Whoa, very nice.
45 there. Okay, so check 1. 1 is on hitting 0. Valve number 2. We're off by a 1/10. I won't tell anybody if you don't. Okay, so now we're going to come in and we're going to hit the 3rd valve and see where that gets us. Okay, so our valves are, our cylinders are honed. Number 3 has been matched up with 2 and 1 and blah, blah, blah. So here we go. We're going to just check our cylinders against each other. So we got about a 1/10 there, a 1/10 over there, and we're on the money there. Again, you know, same with the bottoms. Okay. 1/10 tight on the bottom, 1/10 tight on the bottom, and dead on the money on the bottom. Well, actually a little teeny bit tight. But anyway, we now have all of our cylinders honed. They're round, they're straight, they're taken care of top to bottom. Got a little bit of hashing in there. I should use a finer stone for this, but because of the way these things are, I tend to use this coarse stone just so that we can get to it. Because we're going to also lap these and everything, by the time these are all said and done, they're going to be very, very smooth and they're going to be mirror finish. But this is the rough course. I might change the stones out on the mandrel here to a finer stone and just give them a quick lick, and that'll have them just nice and smooth. So now the next step is we'll be moving to the other hone and getting started on honing the copper plated pistons and getting them ready for nickel so that they can be mated up with these.